betray me. Help me, God. And do you know what happens in the text? The Bible says that they all begin to ask, and ask one against another, who is it? Is it going to be me, the one that's going to betray you? And I need to stop right here and let you know that although we know, looking back, hindsight is 2020, we know that Peter was the one that was going to deny him. We know that Judas was the one that was going to betray him. But at the table, everybody was trying to figure out who was guilty. Let me tell you, brothers and sisters, I know that you think that you're holy. I know that you're looking good in your Easter outfits today. But let me tell you, children of God, that each and every one of us, no matter how we live or how we look, we all stand a chance at betraying, disappointing, lying, and turning our back on God. I wish I had somebody here that wasn't so bougie and stuck up who could be real and say that I admit there were times in my life when I found myself disappointed by God. There were times in my life when I found myself failing God. There have been times in my life when God told me to walk away and I stayed. There were times in my life when God told me to stay and I walked away. God told me don't mess with that boy, but I still mess with him anyway. God said stay away from that woman, but you still did it anyway. There have been times. And I need some real folk here today that can be honest and say that I know I'm in Easter this Sunday, but if you would have called me 2 years ago, I'd still be waking up from the club on Saturday night. If you would have called me 6 months ago, I'd be having a hangover from my party on Saturday. So all of them began to ask the question, Lord, is it I? Because each and every one of them sitting at the table were candidates for failing. I gotta get out of here. They were failing their God. What do you do when you fail God? How do you respond when you have failed God? You know, some people fail God and they buckle under the weight of their failure and the guilt and the shame that they feel because they fail. Okay. All right, I came to work today. Let me go ahead and unbutton this top button. Every one of us has to fight against buckling under the pressure of the guilt and shame that we feel when we fail God. Okay. Judas failed God. He betrayed him. And although we understand that sometimes in your life you got to deal with people that betray you, it's never a good thing. And it doesn't make the fact that people have the propensity to fail you and to betray you, it don't make it right. Okay. All right. So Judas, he betrays him, but he buckles under the pressure. Because when Judas betrayed him, he felt so bad. He literally couldn't live with himself. I wish I was there, Minister Mother. I wish I was there to talk to Judas. See, y'all want to crucify Judas, and that's all right. But I wish I was there to talk to him. Because see, I understand that what Judas did, I've also done. Judas, don't you buckle